Hello everybody, it's Coleraine Tarot. I'm back with another pick a card video. So today I wanted to do a spirit guide message, angel message, just anything that you needed to hear right now if you are wondering about situations that are going on in your life or just the path that you're on spiritually. So I have my setup right here and I'm wanting to include all of the elements so that we can get in everybody's messages for the best of everybody's path. My path, your path, and everyone involved in your life situation right now. So I want to cleanse the space. I'm gonna spray this spray that I made. Actually, it's in a different bottle that used to have like an aura smudge in it, but it ran out, so I decided to make like a lavender spray. So if you're open to energy work over like time, space, all of that, just know that that spray that I just did is intending to cleanse the space and make a more peaceful aura around you, your body, your energetic field, everything like that. So now that the space is cleansed like that, I'm going to light the incense, and hopefully this will stay lit. Who knows, sometimes, especially when I'm working outside with the wind, it just does not like to stay lit. So, and I apologize for my voice, it does sound a little bit sick. I'm not sick, I actually just have been having a bunch of allergies recently, so bear with me. And I have some sacred pool water here. That's the only water that I could get right now. So some sacred pool water for the element of water, emotions, intuition. We have a jasmine incense, which is typically for the heart. I want to work with opening your heart, softening your heart to messages that will help you feel more love, help you feel loved in your everyday life. So that's the theme that we're going with. Let's light this candle, which is for the heart chakra, from the Sacred Dollar Store. And, oh, the incense is for the element of air, thinking, clear thinking, communication, and specifically today, communication from your heart to your mind. And then we have the element of fire here with the heart chakra, and then all of these are for the element of earth, which is grounding, helping us feel purpose on this earth plane and in our life. So I'm gonna have 3 piles here, and I have shufflemancy today, which just means that I channeled songs, or songs that may have messages for you specifically in them. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. When you're ready, and you've taken a couple of meditative, mindful breaths, there's going to be the timestamp in the description, as always, so that you can head over to the pile that is calling your name. So, without further ado, let's get into pile 1. Hello, pile 1. If you chose pile 1, this is going to be your messages from your angel guides, spirit guides, just the universe in general, to help you along your path, show you where you may need to take some next steps, and help you understand what is happening in various areas of your life. So this is an open reading, meaning that I have not shuffled any cards yet, and I haven't really done much work besides meditating on this group's energy and getting a song from a playlist of songs that has a variety of different messages in the songs that I have curated specifically for shufflemancy and just for life situations in general. So I'm going to reveal the song first, and then I want to read you something from the Dhammapada. This is like the Buddhist Bible, kind of, or just like the set of rules that the Buddha wanted, well, not even rules, just teachings that the Buddha shared in his lifetime. And even if you're not Buddhist, you could benefit from hearing the wisdom that is in this book. So I just want to read you a little passage to get some insight, get some clarity on a situation that you may be wondering about, so that you can operate for your highest and greatest good. So the song here is Lose My Mind by Jay Wolf. And the lyric that I wrote out, it's kind of funny, my handwriting's a little messed up in this, so you may be I feel like some kind of weird sensation in my arms. I feel like you may be doing a lot of work that has to do with your arms or your hands. You may be somebody who is an artist, or you do a lot of you've been doing a lot of like household work recently. That could be like cleaning and cooking or things like that, but it also could be like, for some of you, like moving your room around, or just like doing like household projects, because you have a lot more time to be spending thinking about your space and improving your space. But the lyric right here is focused on the thunder in my head. So I feel like a lot of you have thoughts that are kind of swirling, things that are happening in your reality that make you feel like you're questioning, like, am I on the right path? Do my guides care for me? Do I even have a purpose? And I want to tell you that you definitely do. And because every person serves out a purpose, even if somebody is not even spiritually inclined at all, and they are bigoted and misogynistic and they hurt people's feelings. Like, I'm not saying that you are, I'm just giving examples of people that would be really like in the dark about things. Even those people serve a purpose to show whether that be like the darkness, if that's how you view negativity, or even, I don't even like to subscribe to the word negative, but those people show like the issues that are on this earthly plane, and that serves a purpose as well, showing the difference between where you want to be and where you don't want to be. Everybody has a purpose that they serve for themselves and for others. So with that said, let's go to here. So this is talking about reincarnation. If someone harms an innocent person, one pure and free of guilt, evil results will fall upon the doer, like fine dust thrown against the wind. Some are reborn in a mother's womb. The evildoers are bound to miserable states. The doers of good are reborn to happy states. Those free of any stain go on to perfect peace. So, I feel like this message is supposed to bring you some sort of peace, some sort of mental clarity, grounding today. So, I want to use first the Wild Unknown. We're going to shuffle. What does pile 1 need to hear for their highest and greatest good, and for their spiritual journey right now and the path that they're on? 1 or 2 cards, please. Guides come through, angels come through. For pile 1. Okay. Interesting. The Devil came out. And we have Son of Pentacles. Any more messages for pile 1 to help them on their spiritual path? Okay. We had 2 more cards kind of flip out. So, let's look at these. And actually, before I get into any messages that I am hearing, let's pull cards from the Buddha Wisdom deck. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, I am so happy that she just came out. Kali Troma Nagmo, the goddess of time. So let me get her up here. I'm sorry that we're covering some of the cards right now, but she is really important, and I think that we need to touch on her first. So, Kali Troma Nagmo, the goddess of time, she says, conquer ignorance and delusion through helping others. So, I feel like you are in a sticky situation with a certain person or a group of people right now, where you feel as if these people are, I don't want to say like lower vibrational, but they are just stuck in lower frequencies of consciousness, and you can understand that. And it hurts you to know that these people are like stuck in belief systems, in states of being that are just not good for themselves, and they're also not good for you. And when we have people in our close inner circle, this also is reminding me that Venus is about to go into retrograde, so this could have something to do with it, kind of reevaluating relationships that keep you stuck in lower vibrational states of consciousness. But if you are stuck in fear, resentment, anger, like just being upset with other people, even if these people are carrying out ways of being or paradigms that hurt and don't raise the vibration of the human consciousness and the collective, those people, it's not really always our job to tell somebody when they are going into or going down a path that is just really harmful, because everybody has their own timing. And I think that that's also why she came out, because she's the goddess of time. Time is something that heals and it transforms us, and it is a condition of our reality that shapes a lot of the experiences that we have. And so there's a lot going on in this card, and I know that there's like a history behind her transformative power. And the transformative power that she has is this fire. It's calling on this fire element, and it is like this cleansing and purifying energy that goes through and it transforms a situation, and it enables the power of the fire to cleanse like the earth when a fire comes through, so that you can plant new seeds and grow new things. So sometimes you have to burn away the old to bring in the new. And I feel like that's true for you and the people that you know in this situation. The people that you know in this situation, they may not even realize that they're operating out of this lower state of consciousness. And I feel like this could be for many of you realizing that you need to fall out of a certain pattern or habit, something that you go in and do often. This could be a group of friends that you engage in certain like substance use with. I'm just thinking of like, so if you've never heard of this, alcohol, because these are the two drugs that I'm thinking of would be most common for you to use. It could be other drugs, and I don't really know what frequencies the other drugs resonate at, but alcohol resonates at like 250, which I think is courage. That's why they call it liquid courage. It gives you the courage to be more bold, be more go-getter type of energy, like do things, strike out, and not worry about what's going on with other people. And it like silences your inhibitions, but at the same time it keeps you from being able to go up and transcend into higher and more light states of being. And that's why a lot of people have really difficult situations that happen surrounding the use of alcohol, because alcohol suppresses our spiritual abilities as well, because it's so low on the vibrational scale. Then weed, it is at 350, which is pretty high, I guess, for some people, because if you're in a fear, shame, guilt, like one of those like lower frequencies of like thoughts and consciousness, it can actually bring you out of something. But a lot of us end up outgrowing that at some point, and it may lower you and bring you to a state of being like closer to fear, closer to doubt, closer to guilt. And at first, when you're first like heading on a spiritual journey, that drug can help you. I mean, I don't even know if I want to call it a drug, because I feel like weed is kind of a medicine, but it doesn't always resonate with us for a long time. And I personally have gone through that, where I had an addiction to smoking. And not even just smoking weed, but like smoking in general, because of the habitual action of doing it. So sometimes there are things that we do habitually that are action-based that we don't even realize we have an addiction to. These can be addictions to food, to sugar, specifically in food, because nutritionists know that sugar is has addictive qualities, things like that. There's just something that's tying you down and holding you back, and I feel like you're going to intuitively know. For some of you, it may be that substance use, because I just kind of went on a rant about that, so somebody needed to know whatever that was. With this Son of Pentacles, I feel like this relates to a person that has to do with this holding back. So this could be a relationship that holds you back, somebody that you know, Okay, I'm sorry about that. I don't know exactly when it cut off, but I was talking about the Son of Pentacles here. I feel like this is a relationship that could possibly be holding you back. It could make you feel like this person you intuitively know is not supposed to carry forward with you on your spiritual path. And this doesn't have to mean anything necessarily negative about this person or about you. Sometimes we just outgrow people, and when we're moving forward, some people can't always reach that level with us, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean that it hurts any less. So this may only resonate for some of you because this is a general reading, but I'm just letting you know. Like this, if you're thinking of a relationship that you feel like is definitely holding you back in some way, you may want to kind of not invest as much of your energy into this situation because you intuitively know that it's just not pushing you forward on your spiritual path anymore. And that's okay. And with this Daughter of Wands, I definitely feel like this is you. This is you finding that you are an infinitely protected, loved, and guided spiritual being that is here to raise the frequency of the earth and the earth plane and the consciousness of the human race. And I feel like you are somebody that is realizing that there are certain situations in our society, in the paradigms of a family situation, paradigms of friendship, paradigms of love, that need to be transformed and they need to be shifted in your lifetime. You are somebody who has this spiritual desire. I don't even know if you're a spiritual person. Some of you may view yourself as being more spiritual. I feel like if you're watching this video, you probably resonate at some level with spirituality. But if you're just finding this video and this is part of a spiritual awakening, this is a confirmation that you are a very spiritual being, and you are somebody who is here to help change the way that consciousness works, the way that humans interact with each other, and the way that relationships specifically help you to spiritually evolve. And here we have the Three of Pentacles. This is definitely establishing a foundation for situations that you are going to head into later in life. So right now, however long this situation plays out, for you to kind of let things fall away and new things bring forward, you are going to be laying down a foundation for time to come in the future. This is going to be letting you leave behind any fear, negativity, shame, things like that, and move into a place of feeling like you have a solid and firm foundation to go back into within yourself. And this is also, I feel like, with the visual of a mountain, you are headed on some kind of journey, and you are just like, you're barely conceptualizing what the peak of that journey is going to be, when you're going to get to the top. And this is a really beautiful message to receive. I hope that this resonates with you, but you are definitely going to do something really wonderful and beautiful, and you are just embarking on that journey right now. And you are definitely also protected, guided, and helped through all of this. I hope that this resonated, Pile 1. I hope that this helped ease your mind, and I hope that you check out the song Lose My Mind by Jay Wolf. It may have some other kind of message in it, in the lyrics, that I can't find because I'm not you. So, all of my information is going to be in the description box below, as usual. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have a blessed day. Dwell in happiness. Let's move on to Pile 2. Hello, my Pile 2 lovelies. I just finished filming, and I wanted to give a little disclaimer actually before we get into this video. If you chose Pile 2, there is a message that I deliver towards the end regarding an abusive cycle. And I just didn't want to trigger anybody or make anybody think that there is any amount of disempowerment that should come from that. And I just wanted to warn you ahead of time in case that is something sensitive to you. It's not a harsh or awful message or anything like that. I just mention it, so I wanted to let you know, so that you can be prepared before we get into this pile. So I hope that you enjoy your reading. Let's get into Pile 2. I hope that that also didn't make you afraid or fearful. These are all messages that are supposed to help you with your heart and bring you to peace. So let's start. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose Pile 2, this is going to be your spiritual guidance and what your angels, spirit guides, or just the universe in general, whatever you believe in, is trying to communicate to you right now. So, at this time, I want to start actually by guiding you to take a couple mindful breaths. I feel like this pile needs to get a little bit more centered and a little bit more in the moment right now. So take a deep breath and a deep breath out. Okay, let's start. So I did some shufflemancy going into this pile, and I got a song for you. And this song is Put Me to Work by Big Data. The lyric that stood out to me was set me off, see what I'm worth. So, you are definitely somebody who's already been on a spiritual journey for some time. I can tell that you intuitively really pick up on the energy that is surrounding you, and specifically the energy of the collective. You definitely resonate, or maybe, possibly, I don't want to speak for everyone, but you probably resonate with the term empath. Somebody who feels energy, you have a lot of compassion for the collective, and you're really trying, I'm hearing for most of you, to understand everyone regardless of what situation that they're on in their life path or their life journey. Even if this is something that you intuitively understand is more lower vibrational or stuck in lower frequencies, you are somebody that really has compassion for those people, and you see that everybody has the ability to, at some point, work through those lower frequencies and raise their vibration, and you want that. You are definitely a light worker, a starseed, something like that, especially with this Put Me to Work. This is something that I see as like you are trying to call on your guides or your spirit guides, or maybe even they're trying to call to you. Somebody is trying to get someone to understand that they are ready and willing to do work, whether that be manifestation work from your guides or your angels, and then from you, do earth work, be an earth angel to others, help them, deliver them messages. And I think that that's really beautiful. You could also be some kind of intuitive, you do some kind of intuitive work. Oh, before I get into the tarot, I really want to read you something from the Dhammapada. This is basically like the Buddhist Bible is what I would call it, but I really think it's just a collection of Buddha's teachings while he was incarnated on this earth. So, let's get a message. Happiness. I actually had this come out for Pile 2, I believe, the last video that I filmed, so this could be just a confirmation that you're at the right pile if you chose that last time and you got this message. So otherwise, this is just a passage about focusing on you being in a state of happiness. Happiness is always something that's available to you regardless of the present circumstance that you have. So, truly we dwell in happiness, free from struggles while others struggle. Surrounded by struggling people, we live free from conflict. That's beautiful. And I definitely think that this is something that you recognize. You recognize that everybody has their own level of suffering, and it's not your job to take on the suffering of others. I think that that is a big message for you guys. If you are around people that are really struggling, especially at this time, this is a timeless pick a card, but this could be at a time where there's a lot of collective struggling, or you just are maybe not even collective as in like the entire world. You just understand that there is collective struggling in your immediate circumstances, in your immediate environment, like from the people you live with or the people that you are in daily contact with. If you understand that people struggle, sometimes it is really hard, especially as an empath, as a compassionate person, to not take that on for yourself. But this is spirit telling you, you don't need to take that on. Everybody has their own struggle, and you being a light, being somebody who is happy, who resonates at a frequency that is more joyful, You have the power to transform that just simply by being happy. So let's get into the cards. What messages does pile 2 need to hear for their highest and greatest good? What messages are going to resonate with them and help them feel loved and heal their heart space? Okay. We have the Daughter of Pentacles and the Son of Cups. Are there any more messages for pile 2? Okay. And we have the Tower. Okay. This is really interesting energy. So, I am intuitively picking up for some of you, there is going to be a person that comes in and shakes up your emotional world with the Son of Cups and the Tower. This could be, for some, it's whatever's resonating in your own head. If you think this is romantic, if you think that this is a friendship, if you think that this is just a stranger, some emotional lesson is going to be taught to you through another person, through the use of an earth angel. Right now, I'm actually seeing a little dandelion piece floating through the air, so I'm thinking of a wish, like a wish being granted. If you've been wishing for clarity in a certain situation, if you've been wishing for emotional stability, if you've been wishing for emotional even exchange from somebody, right? Somebody to come in and really understand you. This could be, for some of you, somebody that you already know. For others, a new person. Whatever resonates with you is that's the message for you. I feel like this is also going to transform the darkness into light. Any emotional blockages that you're having, it's going to be taken care of. This is something that your angels and your guides have been working on for a long time, trying to figure out how to orchestrate this because you've been trying to manifest this. But with this Tower, I feel like this is something that's going to be sudden. This is something that is going to, even if it's not a sudden moment, a moment where you're like, yes, that's what that meant, this is the emotional release or whatever, this is something that slowly just breaks something away. The Tower, I feel like sometimes can mean sudden, and sometimes it can mean just the crumbling or the dissolution of something kind of breaking down and showing and revealing where there may be instabilities in that situation. With the Daughter of Pentacles here, I feel like this is talking about you. This is you focusing on the earth plane, being really grounded in situations or trying to bring yourself in. I feel like a lot of you feel kind of ungrounded because I pick up that this pile is somebody who, well, this pile is for people who feel very connected to source, to spirit energy, to the creative source that is for all of us and where we all come from, the collective. You're somebody who really brings people together. And with this Daughter of Pentacles, I feel like sometimes you feel like you have to be quiet about that. And so it's really difficult for you to feel grounded and to feel like you're connecting with other people, because when we feel disconnected from others, it can mean that we are not connecting fully with ourselves, right? So I feel like a lot of you, that's why I started this with that meditation, or not even a meditation, but just getting you connected with your breath. Because I feel like a lot of you end up being disconnected from this earth plane sometimes because you have this strong desire to help so much and to be so included in other people that you kind of lose that sense of touch with yourself, right? And I feel like this message is just for you to find that peace within yourself. The self is a shelter for the self, right? And the self is what connects us to the others. If you aren't a full self, it's going to be really difficult for you to understand, to transform, to help raise the collective consciousness. So let's go and ask the Buddha Wisdom deck if there's anything that you could learn. Okay, this is the Magician. What you identify with becomes who you are. I'm not even going to try Vajrakilaya. I really don't want to butcher the name, but that's the deity that came forward. Is there any other messages for pile 2? Okay. An imp, one of the 8 classes of demons. Choose positive thoughts that will chase away the devil. So, The devil, when I think of the devil, I think obviously of some kind of negative energy, or not even negative energy, just undesirable energy, energy that holds us back, energy that keeps us down. For some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this message, but there is a message of some kind of like sexual perversion or trauma that has to do with. There was a plane that just went by, so I had to take a pause, but this is kind of a heavier message. It's going to resonate with you if you know that this is something that you're working through. But kind of releasing, I feel like if you're holding on to not forgiving somebody for something that they did by taking your creative power, taking power away from you in a way that is just, how do I put it? It's like, it's just unacceptable. Like, it's something that you would never in a million years think of doing, or something that is just, it's very heavy on your heart. And I feel like this is why you are having difficult time like putting boundaries on your heart chakra, or just, I don't even know, if you don't believe in chakras, it's like putting boundaries on the love that you give to people, right? The way that you express your compassionate, loving kindness to people. And because of this situation, like, you are feeding into negative thoughts about yourself, ideas about yourself that are untrue, because you suffered some kind of like person that was in these lower frequencies that tried to put that onto you from the words that they spoke to you, the actions that they carried out to you. And I feel like going in, releasing that, and understanding that if you release that person from that idea in your mind, then you're also really releasing yourself, right? When you are stuck thinking that you're a victim and that that person had power over you, you stay in that dynamic, right? And when we think thoughts that are negative on ourselves, we're perpetuating what that person did to us, and then we become that person, right? Release yourself from that. You're so loved, you're beautiful, and you are a wonderful person, and you did not deserve any of that. And you can grow from it. If you find that you're telling yourself that this disempowered you, flip it. Say, this empowered me. This made me realize that I don't have to endure that. I can help other people because of this. A lot of times, the negative situations that we go through are the ones that teach us how we can give ourselves power, turn it around, and then alternatively help others transform their situations that seem to be negative as well. That's also what I think that this magician is. It's telling you that the thoughts that you think, the way that you validate situations, is what they turn out to be. And every moment that you are in is the only moment that you have. The present is the place where you can reside fully at all moments. And it takes this shift of mindset, fixing those thoughts when they arise. That's how you're going to be able to transform, move forward. I think that this is the work that you've been asking for. It's emotional work. And once you do this, when you heal yourself, you heal everyone around you. You heal the collective. And sometimes healing the collective is something that you have to kind of isolate yourself to do. You have to go within first before you can heal others. That's it. That's all I'm getting for you, pile 2. I know that this was a little bit heavy, but I really hope that this helps you know where you need to move forward, know that you are loved, know that there are people on your side, that you have a beautiful divine purpose. All of my information is going to be below, and as always, dwell in happiness, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, pile 2. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hello, everybody who chose pile 3. We're gonna light a new stick of incense because it burnt down during pile 1 and pile 2 and the beginning of this video. I think it's interesting how the elements actually work together so well. I was thinking about this. I think it was yesterday. Time's kind of blending together at this moment, because I'm filming this during the quarantine. But I was just thinking about how like storms work with wind and water together, and then even lighting this incense, which is air energy or smoke. Smoke is air. It comes from fire. So they work together too. Okay, so I did some shufflemancy for this pile, as I did with every pile. And I want to share the song that came out for you. This song is I Just Wanna Shine by Fitz and the Tantrums. And the lyric that stood out to me was Good night, stress. See you in the morning. So, if you're watching this at night, this is a message to help you understand that stress is something that is a result of a human experience. It's something that is kind of a condition that we have to work through, and something that we can't always control when it comes up. What we can do, though, is, I feel like some of you may be Virgos, but in Virgo fashion, I have a friend who has a Virgo moon, and she will oftentimes, if she doesn't want to feel an emotion because it's not going to help her at that present moment, put it in a box in her mind, not to discredit it, but keep that in that box so that she can reopen it and visit it later when she has the emotional stability, the amount of energy to properly go through it and figure it out so that she can transform it. And I feel like some of you need to hear that message so that you can understand that emotions that we feel that are stressful sometimes don't help us to work through immediately. And sometimes we have the energy to do it at a later date. I don't want to say that you should procrastinate it, shove it down, forget about it. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think it's really great to work through your emotions. But sometimes when they're causing us more stress rather than helping us, it's good to just leave that and say, I'm going to get back to this when I have the emotional well-being to do so. So, I feel like this pile, intuitively, when I was channeling a song for you, you are a very old soul. You are a developed being. Here's temperance, peace, yes. You are definitely somebody who is trying to balance, and I think this is also interesting. This is the balance of fire and water. So you are somebody that can balance different elements. Yeah, Four of Swords. You can, I don't know, you've been on this earth plane for a while, and you have a very evolved sense of how to navigate this human experience, and you are definitely a teacher. You're somebody who, I have a lot of respect for you, Pile 3, because you are somebody who is very much trying to be master in a way. You have the ability to do beautiful and wonderful things in this lifetime, and you are going to really do those things. But first, what you got to do is you got to take some time for yourself, and you got to understand that you need to rest sometimes. Sometimes you get too much download, you get too much information, too many things going through your mind, too many things to process. I feel like a lot of you, this may resonate with some of you, may not resonate with all of you, but some of you just put the technology away for a little bit, go within yourself, take some time out in nature specifically, do some grounding exercises, do yoga, get in touch with your body. Yes, for a lot of you, you need to get in touch with your body. You need to stretch out your limbs, stretch out your inner workings, the way that you just feel in your earthly body, like in your physical being. With the Temperance also, I feel like some of you may need to just call on your angels as well, call on your guides, do some kind of thing that makes you feel spiritually connected as well. But also know that right now I feel like you're in a very big wait period. You are in a period where you just did some kind of work. You just did some kind of transformative breakthrough in your personal life. And after you do things that unearth a lot of stuff and change your situation significantly, I feel like you're coming out of a tower moment in a way. When that happens, you need to be able to give yourself time to rest and be okay with it. I feel like for me personally, a lot of times I feel like if I'm not being productive, if I'm not doing something that is for my life path, I can feel really anxious, feel that stress, you know? And I feel like that's why that lyric came out to me so much, is that you are somebody that shines regardless of your circumstance. You are somebody that is just, the light is uncontainable within you. You just shine radiantly. You are somebody who is so bright and so vibrant, and you have a really special divine purpose in this lifetime. And in order to fully fulfill that, you have to go within and get in touch with yourself and also build yourself up first. Give yourself that confidence. Give yourself that ability to rest, ability to rejuvenate yourself, an ability to tend to your spiritual body. You like to question a lot of the circumstances that you're in, the societal expectations that are placed on you, things like that, because you see that there's some fault in them. There's something wrong with it. There's something that needs to be transformed. There's something that you can contribute to raise the level of consciousness that is on this earth plane. And you can't do that without giving yourself the chance to accept rest and accept that life is not always struggle, and life likes to bring pleasure as well. Even in rest, we also find neutrality. Neutrality is the middle way. It is the moderation between something that is more unpleasurable and something that is more pleasurable. Sometimes you gotta find in the middle and just let yourself reside in that. Is there any more messages for pile 3 that would like to be communicated from their guides, angels, or higher self? Whoa, not that many. Okay. These 2 cards fell out on accident, but the Ace of Pentacles came face up. So you're definitely going into a place of having things grow from nothing, having seeds that you've planted kind of start to sprout, seeds that you may have planted in other people as well. If you have been kind of a teacher or mentor to some people, those things are coming to fruition. You may hear back from those people at some point. If you have people that are just really sensing gratitude for you, if you are feeling a lack of appreciation of some sort, you are going to have people reach out to you and tell you how much they appreciate you, how much gratitude they have for you. You're going to just get a lot of appreciation, I'm hearing, with this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and then the Buddha Wisdom card that came out for you is Akshobhya. In the realm of Eastern Pure Lands, objective, focused observation illuminates the truth. Some of you may have a hard time with your third eye at this moment, just seeing through the illusions in this lifetime. And we also have Para, the ancient tantric mother goddess, origin of all goddesses. Mother energy pours forth life. I feel like a lot of you are on a tantric journey of some sort. You may resonate with shamanic practices or things like that. You just are very in touch with like spiritual practice. And the Mother energy here, I feel like this is talking about going in within yourself, because as soon as this card came out, I was thinking of self. So I feel like a lot of you need to do some kind of like just focus on yourself. Journaling. This could be like past life regression meditations where you just get in touch with the experiences that you carried into this life, the natural born skills and talents that you have brought with you from another lifetime. This could also be astral projection of some sort. That was something I'm definitely picking up for this pile, going within and trying to see how you can use your consciousness to go into Akashic records, things that you need to learn in this life. Some of you are you're definitely carrying out your karma in this life and also putting it to rest. That's definitely something that I feel you are really like tying up those loose ends. Like if you have any karma that was left from another lifetime, like that's why that past life regression or a past life reading may be really beneficial for you, so that you can see how you are healing that karma right now. That's why I feel like you've just come out of this tower moment. You had some kind of thing that was really like, that was the last, like the bulk of your karma that you carried into this life that you're kind of like letting go of. And the rest of it is going to be really smooth sailing. Well, maybe not smooth sailing, because I don't think anybody's lifetime fully is smooth sailing, but it's just going to be, it's not like embedded with karma. It's not like things that just seem to happen to you. It's more of like the way that you're headed is going to be just a lot more peaceful, this temperance energy. And I feel like observing, especially the situations that you're just coming out of, that's why this deity is coming forward, or this teacher, because I know Akshobhya, I believe he was in Tibet, don't quote me on that, but he definitely was a teacher, a Buddhist teacher, and he just stressed the importance of seeing things for exactly how they are, using your awareness to transform something. And when you use your awareness, you're also meeting things where they're at. And I feel like specifically you need to use your awareness on yourself so that you can meet yourself where you're at. You can nurture the inner child of yourself, the part of yourself that may be hurting because of certain situations, because of the way that people have treated you, because of the way that you've internalized situations. And when you do that, you can also give yourself advice the way that you would give another person advice, and help yourself transform that. I hope that this all resonated, Pile 3. Know that you have so much power, you have so much grace that comes from within you, and you are going to do beautiful and wonderful things in this life. I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video. All of my information is in the description box below, so if you'd like to check that out, that's down there. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye.